Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, sizing up suitcases. Flair Airlines checking its baggage sizers after a local passenger's custom case wouldn't fit. Closing consumption sites. The province is shutting down some drug overdose prevention locations. And offering art. Why students in Edmonton are handing out their art pieces for free.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Flair Airlines will start reviewing its baggage sizers at airports across the country in response to a CTV News Edmonton investigation. A local man had a piece of luggage custom built to Flair's online specifications, only to discover it didn't fit. As CTV's Connor Hogg reports, he's now considering a class action lawsuit.
As travelers rush to catch their flights at YEG, most have made sure their carry-ons and personal items are the right size.
I measure it before, before I carry it.
I wanted to carry on my bag, but it was just too much. So kind of stood there for 5-10 minutes just holding up the line.
After several financial hits, one frequent Flair flyer decided to take matters into his own hands.
I've flown with Flair quite a few times, and every single time I would go and you put your bag in the sizer there, and it just never fits.
So Andre Grondin had this custom suitcase built to the exact personal item specifications on Flair's website, with a width slightly less than Flair's published 6 inches. When he tried to take his new bag on a Flair flight, the custom-built briefcase didn't fit.
The sizer, it turns out, is about an eighth smaller than what it's listed as, the dimensions that are given on your boarding pass. You'll see on any given day dozens of customers and people at the gate saying, getting this extra charge, this last minute fee that you're not aware of, and here, put it in that sizer. Oh, it doesn't fit in there, you got to pay.
In response, Flair told CTV Today, our baggage sizers are designed to match the dimensions outlined in our policy. However, in this instance, the experience fell short of our standard. Flair contacted Grondin and offered to refund his baggage charges. Flair also told him the sizer was damaged.
I don't believe that to be the case. There's nothing damaged about that sizing rack.
Grondin is now considering a class action lawsuit. Flair says it's initiating a network-wide review of its baggage sizers to ensure consistency with its published dimensions. Customers whose baggage doesn't fit in Flair's sizers pay a fee between $29 and $109 Canadian dollars plus tax. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Edmonton's 2 remaining supervised drug consumption sites will remain open for now. The province says its recovery model for addictions treatment has been so successful it can safely close overdose prevention sites in Calgary and Lethbridge. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
We already know what they're going to be injecting. They told us that.
Supervised drug consumption sites were introduced under the NDP as a harm reduction response to the opioid crisis. Now, under the UCP, Alberta has a recovery approach to addiction treatment.
Addiction is a healthcare issue that requires treatment and recovery-focused supports.
The government is spending big to build 11 recovery communities across Alberta. Most will be operational by the end of the year. It's also expanding access to treatment, including for people in the justice system.
People need more than survival. They need hope. They need treatment, and they need a path to recovery.
Supervised consumption sites are no longer part of that path in Calgary and Lethbridge. Facilities there will close at the end of June. Minister Rick Wilson says those communities no longer need them.
Somebody that wants to go in for treatment, I'll get you in today if you want. We've got the system really working well here. In Edmonton, we're not quite at that speed yet, and in Grand Prairie.
There are 2 sites left in Edmonton where people can use their own illegal drugs under medical supervision. There is no timeline to close them or one in Grand Prairie. In Calgary, the province is replacing the consumption site with a 24/7 overdose response team, fast access to addiction medicine, and other expanded treatment options.
You're not showing that safety net was not working. What you're showing is how hard you have to work to compensate for removing that service.
Health researcher Elaine Hishka says the sites are proven to save lives, especially in the homeless population. The government points to a study that looked at the impact of closing the consumption site in Red Deer last spring.
The study found that overdose deaths did not increase.
emergency room visits did not spike amongst the users.
Hishka takes issue with the study for multiple reasons. It was done by a Crown corporation that reports to Minister Wilson, and its authors included caveats with their results.
They specifically say that we cannot draw conclusive findings about the safety of closing these sites from their analysis.
Regardless, the province is leaning on the study to help justify the closures in southern Alberta, with plans to close sites in Edmonton and Grand Prairie at a later date. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Canada Border Service Agency is identifying the 2 men it deported for their alleged roles in a national extortion scheme based in Edmonton. CTV's Nicole Lampa explains who they are and what's next for them.
The extortion case, Project Gaslight, lasted nearly 4 years from the investigation to the most latest conviction. After a resurgence in copycat extortions last May, Edmonton police enlisted the help of the Canada Border Services Agency for Project Extortion.
This strategy worked quickly. It eliminated the threat, ended the extortions by this group in the Edmonton area.
The CBSA says it arrested 2 men in November for immigration investigations related to extortions. Arshdeep Singh, who came on a student permit in 2022, was deported in January. Sukhnaz Singh Sandhu was removed last month after spending 10 years in Canada as a temporary resident. Both men remained at an immigration detention center on the grounds of being a danger to the public until they were kicked out of the country for violating the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act.
Undoubtedly, this is a very unique approach.
CTV's public safety analyst applauds the move.
So getting them out of the country, I think, is a tax savings and a public safety plus. So goodbye, good riddance.
This case has all the hallmarks of politics.
An immigration lawyer explains the motivation and consequences behind the deportations.
So yes, you can resolve your political issue and your criminal issue by giving a plane ride to the accused, who goes scot-free with a get-out-of-jail card. What does that say to the victims? If the victims said, yeah, we're okay with this, do it. If the victims want justice, the politicians better think twice.
Edmonton police say the pair were part of an alleged core group operating out of Edmonton, connected to cases in Calgary, BC, and Ontario. Another 3 are still being investigated by the CBSA for immigration violations. A total of 51 suspects are connected to Project Extortion. Nicole Lampa, CTV News, Edmonton.
College and university students will soon have access to more affordable housing options in downtown Edmonton. The city says it will use $15 million to create 550 new student housing units in the core. The money is coming through the city's Housing Accelerator Fund Action Plan. It's given to projects designed specifically for students with rental rates below the monthly average. The units must also be reserved for students for at least 10 years.
Because we know that students face significant pressures around housing as post-secondary institutions expand downtown and draw thousands of students into the core, it's critical that those students have suitable housing options nearby.
New student homes really do help strengthen our downtown area. They bring more people into the core. They support local businesses. They add to the energy of the community. And again, they help students by making sure that they can live close to campus, to transit, and to jobs.
5 projects will share the funding. Construction is expected to start this spring. The province is promising more money to improve the health of Indigenous people in Alberta. If Budget 2026 is approved, nearly $16 million will go towards compensating 95 doctors, many of whom are Indigenous, to provide culturally safe and patient-centered care. Another $16 million would help pay for programs delivered by the Indigenous Health Division. The funding is based on recommendations by a panel made up of healthcare professionals, government officials, as well as First Nation, Métis, and Inuit members.
I think the biggest thing is that, you're listening. The government is listening. And, we're turning this into action. And so, again, I'm pleased to see the work that we've put together. And really, it's a blueprint for, health solutions and health pathways moving forward here. So I'm really excited about that. Funding will also go towards prevention and early detection initiatives.
Let's head to the Griesbaugh neighborhood tonight. Josh is checking out the grand prize home in the Stars Lottery. Josh, how's it looking?
Oh, it is beautiful. I mean, the Concept Homes always does a great job with all of these houses. We'll show you the primary suite a little later in the newscast, which is spectacular. This is actually just one of 3 grand prize homes in the Stars Lottery. Let's talk about that and some of the other prizes and the big deadline that's coming up later on tonight. Jason Arthur, VP of Aviation with Stars. How are you, Jason?
Great, thank you. Yeah, thank you for helping out tonight.
Oh, thanks for driving up from Calgary to help us out as well. So when people buy tickets, what are they helping to? Lots of people have this sort of overall idea of what Stars does, but what specifically are they supporting?
For sure, yeah, no, the lottery, it'll help fund one base for the entire year, making sure our crew are trained, the helicopter's flying, and we're able to get there for, all the patients that need us.
6 bases across the province, so I mean, you can help support one of those bases completely just by buying your tickets. And the big deadline tonight, right?
Yeah, for sure. Midnight tonight. We have 6 bases across the prairies, 3 in Alberta here, Grand Prairie, Edmonton, and Calgary. Yeah. And that money really helps keep the helicopter flying and helps us get there for that next patient.
Yeah, which if you stick around tonight at 6, we'll talk to one of those patients
for sure.
Who has an incredible story. Okay, so if people want to get their tickets and they want to help support, where can they go?
StarsLottery.ca, and great opportunity, great prizes, 50-50 over $4 million already, chance for instant wins for cash prizes, so really good opportunity. And at the end of the day, everybody wins when you're helping support that patient.
Yeah, everybody likes to think that they're going to win the big prize. Sure. The real prize is just helping keep Stars in the air, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah. And obviously we're here in this great show home that people will get to see a bit more of later.
Yeah, fantastic. Jason, thank you so much.
Thank you.
StarsLottery.ca, final deadline, midnight tonight. Don't forget to, as Jason mentioned, add on with the 50-50, over $4 million already, and still climbing. Take a look outside at the satellite and radar map. We kind of lucked out through most of this afternoon. There's a little bit of flurry activity this morning in the Edmonton area, and then it's just kind of been a bit of a rain-snow mix here in the last hour. The snow has all, for the most part, stayed north of Edmonton. You can see it is kind of closing in now from the west and northwest, and I do think that this will stay rain-snow mix here for a couple of hours, but then change over to some snow, and mid to late this evening, we'll pick up a couple centimeters. Heaviest of the snow will be well to the west, where you have those snowfall warnings, about 10 to 20 centimeters of snow in through those areas. Snow should be done by or shortly after midnight, and then we'll get some sunny breaks tomorrow afternoon, and a little bit warmer. We kind of hovered around 0 through the day today. Should get to about 3 for a daytime high tomorrow. Full look weekend forecast. We'll show you more of this beautiful Stars Lottery show home as well in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, the gift of art. Students offering a splash of color to anyone who's interested.
So people can take it and have some art for their heart, because everyone deserves kindness.
The CTV drone powered by Century Casino. 3 great locations: Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile.
Coming up Monday on Your Morning, we're talking healthy masculinity, how to model it, how to nurture it, and how to avoid negative influence that is evolving online. Have a great weekend. We'll see you at 6 on Monday.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Some students in Edmonton are spreading joy through their art. A school in the Riverbend area is offering up pieces to anyone who wants a little extra color in their life. CTV's Nicole Weisberg has more.
Enthusiastic students and a fence full of art. These kids are excited to offer a gift to the neighborhood, their creative expressions.
I personally love art, and I love seeing others' art, so people can take it and have some art for their heart, because everyone deserves kindness.
This was organized by the student leadership team at St. Mary Catholic School. The group was inspired by a Lethbridge school that does something similar.
I thought it was a great idea to get our arts into other people's homes and make them feel
feel happy. What we really wanted to focus on was, it doesn't take a big event or a huge project to bring joy and to spread kindness. It's something little.
School staff say the leadership team rallied students from every grade to participate, focusing on images and messaging that might make others happy.
Of course, that message was adjusted based on the age. So the kindergarten kids worked really hard. They cut out some positive words to stick in the bags. And then the grade sixes, took it to another level. They wanted to really focus on writing some messages that were inspirational to others in hopes of lifting others up.
And based on the reactions of those passing by, the students accomplished their goal.
Especially on a dreary day like this, it sure brings some sunshine to someone's day.
I like them in they're so beautiful.
Staff say any art not picked up today will make its way into neighborhood mailboxes and nearby senior centers, so every message and dash of color doesn't go to waste. Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Edmontonians have a chance to tour 9 different art galleries this weekend for free. You can hop on one of these buses tomorrow and visit all the art galleries downtown. The art bus is free to ride, and so is admission to the galleries. You'll also get a discount at art gallery stores and some restaurants. Art Bus is being put on by McEwen's Mitchell Art Gallery and the Edmonton Transit Service. Its goal is to
You might be intimidated, trying to navigate on your own, perhaps construction and figuring out how to navigate around construction or where to park can feel like a challenge. And this event turns all of those challenges into an opportunity to do something fun together.
The first bus leaves McEwen's Allard Hall tomorrow at noon. 3 art buses will run a loop between each gallery until 5 o'clock. Still to come tonight on CTV News, Stars on Ice. A group of Canadian Olympic medalists is coming to Edmonton.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Some of Canada's figure skating medalists are coming to Rogers Place. Piper Gillies and Paul Poirier won Olympic bronze in ice dance. They're part of the latest cast of Stars on Ice. The tour also features performances by figure skating legend Elvis Stoyko and decorated Olympian Caitlin Osmond, who trained at the Ice Palace Skating Club in Edmonton. Stars on Ice will stop at Rogers Place May 8th. Tickets are on sale right now. A forward who was just called up to the NHL yesterday could make his Oilers debut tomorrow. Robbie Yarventi played his first 7 games in the NHL 2 seasons ago with the Ottawa Senators. Since then, the Finnish forward has been with the Oilers farm team in Bakersfield. After struggling with knee injuries, he's managed to stay healthy this season, playing in 52 games and scoring 17 goals in the AHL. Yarventi says if he's called on to play, he'll be ready.
I feel like as the year has gone on, I kind of got my legs underneath me again. Feel more confident skating, making plays.
The Oilers wrap up a 4-game homestand tomorrow when they host the Tampa Bay Lightning. All right, back down to Griesbach. Josh is at the grand prize home for the Stars Lottery. Josh?
Yeah, spectacular primary suite. More than enough room here. You got the walk-around closet in behind, and love that feature, a little wood feature above the bed, and then a huge ensuite off of this. Listen, there are about 2,000 people that will win prizes in the Stars Lottery. One of them could be you, and that one prize could be this house, $1.1 million in Griesbach, or you can take the cash. More importantly, you're helping to support Stars and their life-saving operations right across Western Canada and here in Alberta. StarsLottery.ca, again, the final deadline is midnight tonight, so just a few hours left on that. Grab your 50-50 as well, over $4 million. Take a look outside right now with the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. It's brought to you by Action Furnace, fixed right or it's free. 0, which is pretty much where we've been through the afternoon. 1 will go down as the daytime high today, but that was this morning. There is some mixed precipitation in parts of the Edmonton area, and there's more snow in the forecast as we head through this evening. It's -4 in Fort McMurray, -2 in Grand Prairie, still 3 degrees above 0, though, in Red Deer. Snow's been coming down for most of the day in northwestern Alberta. Northeastern Alberta has been getting into the snow here through the afternoon hours, and north of Edmonton is where most of the snow has been through this afternoon, but yeah, that back flank is starting to sweep in from the west to southwest. Right now, in that sort of pink-purple zone, you have a little bit of mixed precipitation coming down, a little rain-snow mix. That's going to fully flip over, it looks like, to snow as we head through the mid to late evening hours. Snowfall warnings in effect. Grant Cache, you're probably not going to see anywhere as much as Hinton, south through Nordegg. Edson's going to be on the edge of this Whitecourt. We'll see some fairly decent snowfall accumulations, probably close to 10, maybe 15 centimeters of snow. You really see that bulk of the snow, though, is in through the foothills from just south of Highway 16 all the way to just west of Calgary. There's another little bullseye there just north of Edmonton where you might pick up 10-ish centimeters of snow. I think here in the city, it's pretty unlikely, but possible that we get more than 8 centimeters by midnight, which is when this should taper off. I think it's a little more likely that we get a trace to 3 centimeters of snow. That looks more likely than the really heavy snow. Somewhere likely in the 3 to 8 centimeter range, and most of that should be out of here by the time we get to about midnight or early tomorrow morning. Snow will continue, though, into at least the morning hours in through the foothills. Tomorrow afternoon, after a few sunny breaks, we get a chance of some flurries once again in the evening. No heavy snow expected, though, and then Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud, and around supper time, see that little band of snow getting set to potentially push through. -5 in Edmonton tomorrow morning. Fort McMurray in double digits to start. Back to -1 in the afternoon. 0 for Grand Prairie. 2 in Red Deer for a high tomorrow. And here in Edmonton, after some snow tonight, sunny breaks tomorrow afternoon. A high of 3. Maybe a few flurries in the evenings tomorrow and Sunday. But back to 3 to 5 degrees above 0. So pretty close to average for the first weekend of spring.
All right, Josh, thank you. Highway 93 between Banff and Jasper is closed because of the high risk of avalanches. Crews are doing avalanche control work along the highway. It will be closed until at least noon tomorrow. Avalanche Canada says cooler weather this weekend will help, but conditions in the Rocky Mountains remain volatile. Parks Canada is urging people to check all conditions before heading out. When we return, how thousands of local Muslims celebrate the end of Ramadan and the beginning of Eid. Ramadan is now over for Muslims, and the short period known as Eid has begun. Thousands of Muslims in the Edmonton area are marking the start of Eid with prayers and donations to the poor. It will also include feasts. It marks the end of the lengthy period of fasting during Ramadan, the holiest month in the Muslim calendar.
It is called the Eid al-Fitr, which means the celebration of breaking the fast. And it is pretty much to take a moment to acknowledge and kind of pat ourselves on the back a little bit for all of the deeds that we've done during the whole month, whether it's worship, whether it's acts like volunteering or giving charity or whatever it is.
The feasts and visiting can continue for 3 days and includes giving gifts to children to acknowledge their fasting during Ramadan. That's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.